I just want to go to sleep. But no, I have to walk first. Okay, I chose to live off campus, but it's too far. It takes too long. It's sure, okay. A little explanation. I'm an independent major. It's interdisciplinary between art, English, music, and theater. In other words, yes, I'm a liberal arts student. I also live 20 minutes off campus in a hotel called the Sleep Inn. And guess what? I don't have a car. So, was it a good choice? I mean, the Sleep Inn, not my major. Yes and no. The pool and the hot tub are a great touch, and having a private bathroom is divine. But the walk is so goddamn long. 20 minutes. I mean, okay, come on. Walk with me. I'll come up with something to keep myself occupied. I usually do, because when I don't. Let's go. I prefer this kind of darkness when it's morning. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like this too, but it's much better when it's almost daylight. The cold sunrise, the synthetic glow of cars, the chill of the morning air as it stirs into action. It reminds me of getting up early for camping trips. I used to draw pictures in my family's camper as we were going to different campsites. We went on a few hikes in Kentucky. It's pretty fun, but my love of the morning, and going back to that, it came about in grade school when I got an assignment to trace the placement of the sunrise each morning. This meant I had to get up at 5 in the morning, and between then and when I went to college, the habit just stuck. I mean, I've always been a sort of overachiever. I don't. Just moving on. I think of myself as an overachiever, and I also recognize that I'm very self-conscious about everything that I say, as exhibited right now. And, yes, I have a story to tell you. Getting up before the sun. I really like the feeling. It's just you feel the dawn coming, and the darkness just has this really nice sort of lucid feeling to it, like an aquarium of shadows is the closest approximation I can come up with right now. This habit of getting up early died in college, but I'm slowly, okay, very slowly training myself to get back into it. Morning darkness is worth getting up for. It doesn't last that long, but I could probably get up earlier. I've always tried to get up a little earlier every day. I mean, not now, but like I said, I'm training myself for it. I've always admired farmers. Okay, farmers for their ability to get up super early. And although 3 a.m. would be a bit of a stretch for me, I could see myself getting up as early as 4 a.m. I just need to get to bed at the right time. Because, I like getting up early, but not early and tired. Going through the day tired just feels like my brain is wrapped in a wet blanket. Like, there's a lot of thought going on in there, but it doesn't feel like I can access any of it. I mean, this darkness is nice too, I guess. It's what I get for staying up at 3 a.m. Lately, I've been staying up late because I've been working a lot, but usually, I mean, let's be honest, it's laziness. And my laziness has forced me to trade what I want for a cheap approximation. It's nice, but man, I know I can do better. On walks like this, there's not much to do but think and sing. I don't sing much, though, because I'm afraid of pissing off the neighborhood. And my voice is also untrained, and I get picky about whether or not I'm in tune or not. But sometimes I don't care enough, and I'll do it anyway. There's a song that's been stuck in my head recently, okay? One of my favorite YouTube reviewers, Todd in the Shadows, did a show about Michael Cimbello's song Maniac. It goes like, she's a maniac, maniac. And I don't remember the rest of the lyrics, but that song's okay, but Automatic Man is my favorite one. The video is just great. And I've been getting into 80s music recently, so it's really stuck. It goes, he was made to play the part. He's a automatic man. He was made to break your heart. He's a automatic man. Singing is a good way to distract myself when I don't have a lot to think about. Well, when I don't care enough to lower my inhibitions to sing, I usually don't care enough about whatever is going on in my head, too. Sometimes I sing when I'm happy, which would mean I alternate singing and thinking happy thoughts, but that's actually pretty rare. When it happens, there's a sort of amplifying effect where I get happy because I'm so happy because I don't get happy that often. It's incredibly circular, but that's not really a bad thing in that situation. Tonight, though, not gonna lie, I'm not in that state. On average nights, I feel more lonely in an empty sort of way. I don't mean lonely as in I want to be around people or I want a girlfriend. Yes, I do want both of those things. But that's not what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about a sort of loneliness that feels like a physical absence just in the pit of my chest, right below my heart. It's like a puzzle piece is missing, and I might find it beneath a bush or a tree somewhere. I feel it most when I'm standing next to my bed right before I go to sleep, and when I'm walking back to the sleep-in on nights like this. There's a bit of road coming up where the street lights appear every other intersection. Some nights it feels super creepy. It just makes me look behind my back every step that I take. But more often than not, it just feels isolated. One of the reasons I chose to live in the sleep-in is because I wanted to get used to living on my own. Ever since I was a freshman, I thought that living off campus would be a good way to do that. And in a way, it's doing a fine job. It's making me realize exactly how lonely I'm going to be when I move into my own home. I'm not the kind of person who spends a lot of time with people. I put too much pressure on myself to be interesting and then end up saying nothing. It's strange that my desire to be interesting makes me boring. In the end, that's just how it works, I guess. And then there's days when I just don't want to be around people at all. But isolating myself after complaining about feeling isolated makes me feel super guilty about it the whole time. The feeling is best summed up like this. I want to be alone, but I don't want to be lonely. As I get closer to the sleep in, my thoughts turn to the present. Maybe my problem is I live everywhere but the present. What do I want to do when I graduate? What did I do when I was little? What will I do for the rest of my life? What have I been doing? Will I get to retire? Did I spend my childhood well? What will death feel like? It's a lot of heavy stuff, and it makes me take myself too seriously. But sometimes I wonder if I should take myself seriously, or if I should take myself less seriously, or if maybe taking myself seriously or too seriously is just a personality trait I'm stuck with. It's really serious, and I ask myself the wrong questions all the time. I'm missing the point. I should just calm down and sleep for a while. Yeah, sure, if I can get myself to feel something other than loneliness. I get to sleep, sure, but I dream about being happy, about the emptiness going away, and it makes me sad because when I wake up, the emptiness is still there. I can remember being awake, and I remember my dreams, but I don't remember falling asleep. There's a point when I stop being aware of my body and what it's doing and just merely exist in this sort of transitional phase, and it bothers me. It's a bit like meditating in that if you constantly ask yourself, am I meditating yet? It won't happen. Someday I'll fall asleep and I won't wake up. Will I dream, or will I stay stuck in that transitional phase? I don't like it. It's difficult to think about because I can't conceptualize not existing. It's very strange and poetic and not in this present moment. Look, I'm sorry, I've dumped a lot on you, and it's a lot to think about, but I'm going to go soon, so don't worry about it. You might notice I don't have a lot of still shots in this section, and that's because I ran out of battery life and time. If I've learned anything from this block, it's that you need to give yourself more time than you think you need. So, as I try to force my sleep schedule back to normal, as I figure out what direction to take my life after I graduate, and as I learn how to be happy, maybe I should just keep that in mind. I'll figure it out. I just need more time.